Welcome. Joining me today is Thomas Heineman, the Chief Medical Officer of Oncolytics Biotech. Thomas, how are you doing? Thank you so much for joining us.
Yeah, very well. Thank you for having me.
It's our absolute pleasure to have you here. We have a lot of really interesting content to get through. Can you start off by giving us a high-level overview and explaining how CAR T therapy works?
Sure. So CAR T cells are immune cells that are designed to directly attack a patient's cancer. So they're produced by removing natural T cells from a patient and then genetically engineering them to include a receptor that specifically targets the patient's cancer. When introduced back into the patient, these modified T cells will then go to the site of the cancer where they can initiate the process of killing the tumor cells. They were developed over the past several years and have been a transformative therapy that can provide long-term responses in patients with some types of leukemia, lymphoma, and other blood cancers. However, they've not been effective at all yet in solid tumors, which are what most cancers are. So the reasons for their inability to work well in solid tumors come down to the fact that they have a hard time getting into the tumors and functioning within solid tumors. They have a relatively short life, and the tumors have ways of evolving that make the CAR T cells less effective.
Fantastic. All right, Thomas, can you talk about the CAR T paper that was published in the Science Translational Medicine, which discussed a collaboration between Oncolytics, the Mayo Clinic, and Duke University? What points are so important from this paper, and what should the average reader be looking at that's so important about this?
Sure. So the results of the Science Translational Medicine paper showed that CAR T cells loaded with pelareorep are more effective in attacking tumor cells and, in fact, can overcome each of the challenges that I mentioned previously as to why CAR T cells typically do not work in solid tumors. So first, when you add pelareorep to the CAR T cells, it makes the tumors more susceptible to killing by the CAR T cells and helps the CAR T cells to get into the tumor itself. Second, it increases the perseverance of the CAR T cells so that they have a longer lifespan and more time to be able to attack the tumor cells. And third, it prevents the tumor cells from escaping the effects of the CAR T cells. So as I mentioned before, tumor cells find ways to evolve to avoid the CAR T cells. But when you add the pelareorep, then the CAR T cells will attack not only the receptor through the receptor that was added to them initially, but they can also attack the tumor cells by attacking the proteins that were made by the pelareorep within the tumor. It does this by creating dual-specific CAR T cells that attack both the tumor and the pelareorep within the tumor. This allows the CAR T cell killing to be enhanced by the subsequent administration of booster doses of pelareorep. In the Science Translational Medicine study, more than 80% of the mice treated in that study, which had either brain or skin tumors, were actually cured using the pelareorep-loaded CAR T cells.
Terrific. Okay, so now that we understand that, can you explain why expanding this therapy to solid tumors is such an exciting development? What are the biggest parts of this?
Sure. So as I mentioned before, CAR T cells have been remarkably effective in some blood cancers, including some leukemias, lymphomas, and similar diseases, but they have been ineffective to date in treating solid tumors, which of course is the most common type of tumor. So this study opens a door to the very exciting and potentially very effective treatment option of using CAR T cells in patients with solid tumors who can currently not benefit from this type of therapy. If CAR T cells are able to produce the strong clinical responses in solid tumors that have been seen in some blood cancers, that will be a huge change in the treatment landscape for many cancers in a very positive way.
Outstanding. And then this is building off that point, but a little bit more expansive. Considering everything that you guys are doing at Oncolytics and what you just discussed specifically, what business development opportunities could this open up for Oncolytics as a whole?
At Oncolytics, we're developing pelareorep for the treatment of a number of different cancers. Our lead program is metastatic breast cancer, and we also have active clinical trials in a number of different gastrointestinal cancers. The ability to add a program in CAR T cells combined with pelareorep opens the door to the potential to treat many, many other different types of cancers for which there's currently a very high medical need. There are many late-stage cancers in the solid tumor arena for which treatments currently available only offer a modest benefit to patients. The ability of CAR T cells combined with pelareorep to address these cancers for which there are few options currently provides an opportunity to offer patients substantially better treatment opportunities than are currently available. Clearly, this will be of great interest to potential partners who are working in the CAR T area already, as many of them are actively looking for ways to use CAR Ts more effectively in solid tumors.
Amazing. Thomas Heineman, Chief Medical Officer of Oncolytics Biotech. It's been unbelievably insightful having you here. Thank you so much for sharing these.
Thank you very much.